Coffee is such an integral part of American life. From a morning pick-me-up at Starbucks to a cup of joe over lunch, the coffee industry has American culture convinced that coffee is the best part of waking up. But how much do we really know about the coffee industry? Where does it come from? How's it made? I set out to find these answers, and I found a lot more than I bargained for. Cafe Britt is a Costa Rican company that has grown, roasted, and shipped gourmet coffee and other fine goods from Costa Rica, Mexico, and Peru for over 25 years. They maintain strong ties with farmers they employ and practice fair trade in part of their coffee market. Their interactive tour taught me a lot about growing, harvesting, and distributing coffee.
And with the Muslim expansions, it started to spread out all over the world. San Jose, what we call Los Santos area, is very well known because of the quality of the coffee that we produce.
There are many stages to coffee growth. Coffee farmers get creative in practicing sustainability.
So Luis, as a sustainable grower, must be creative to control diseases in a natural way. For example, there's nematodes. These are evil worms. They eat everything. So to control them, he put like this grass, garden plants, also lilies around. So the worm prefer to eat this one because it's sweeter and softer. Once they are here, we take it up, burn it up, and grow a new one. And that's the way to control the worms, slowly, but it works. When you burn it, it smells like barbecue. And also, there's a fly that is called board. What it makes, drills a hole in the bean and lay the eggs inside. When the baby board appears, it's the fruits from the inside to the outside and comes out like alien, you know, that's terrible. So to control that, it's very, very difficult, right, Luis?
That's why we developed this trap, you see? See? 3 cups, those 2 are hollow, right? Like they work as a tunnel. Here we have water, but in the first cup there's always a little bottle full of rum, alcohol, fire water, yeah. Okay.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, so this one is empty. Who knows what happened?
He drank it.
I know what happened.
Yeah, that's so the thing is that the fly comes attracted by the smell, so don't worry. He drinks a little, so he got drunk. Obviously. So when the fly hits the top of the trap and then falls down to water and it drowns.
Then in November, the coffee bean start getting ripe, so it turns red. It's harvest time. We call them coffee cherries. You will see the fruits, as you can see in the picture, they look like cranberries. So that's why we have to pick the coffee by hand to make a good selection, because not all the beans get ripe at the same time. When we are picking coffee, you will find the green bean that is still immature. We don't pick it. The red one, that's the good one. If we don't pick them when they are red, they shrink, looks like a rising, and that's bitter.
Not all coffee makes it to the distribution center. There's a specific procedure for selecting the absolute best.
Good coffee is heavier, it sinks. Bad coffee flows. That's the first selection by weight.
Now then we need to peel the skin, so to do that we use a machine called chancadora. It has a cylindrical metal net, so the skin gets stuck on the net, and the 2 seeds pass through by pressure to another water tank.
In the water tank, what happens is a fermentation, like wine making. It's called the breakdowns of sugars. It takes 1 day. After that, we wash the beans again, and then we put it to dry under the sun.
It's because we do this process in our summers, so we have a lot of sun. We place them in a big concrete patios. Then we rake them every hour for a week. So as a result of this patio drying, you end up with the parchment like the seeds that we gave you to grow coffee. Remember, it looks like peanuts. That's how they look like.
With the parchment on, coffee is going to be fresh for more than a year. That's why we can roast it year-round. And we start with the roasting process.
The first step is to preheat the oven at 200 Celsius. And when the oven is ready, we place the raw coffee over here, and then they start to spin around.
Inside caramelized. That's why it changed its color. And it goes darker, shinier, oilier, stronger when you drink it. That's the difference between light, dark, and espresso. It's the time of the bean in the oven, and that's it. Once it's ready, we cool it down immediately and then pack it. Here is the packaging machine. They're packing organic now, as you can see.
There are lots of varieties of coffee. I had a great time learning about coffee growing, production, and distribution. Bringing plenty home with me, it's time for the best part, drinking it.
Muchas gracias por haber venido a Café Britt. Thank you for coming to Café Britt, and pura vida.